Hassan, have you noticed the red dots on some of the swimmers recently in the Olympics?
Why, yes, I have, Grace Baldridge.
Oh, that was a genuine question, but I'm glad that you have. I was kind of hoping you'd say no, or I don't know.
I have noticed that.
Okay, good. Right. Your enthusiasm kind of put me off. Great. Well, those red spots are called, they're a result of a new health trend that's sweeping the Olympics called cupping. And if you may have seen them, let me explain a little bit about what this health trend is. So cupping, they just require very simple tools. It's just literally a cup, I wish I'd brought one, or some sort of a vacuum pump. And the process is simple also. Quote, the cups are placed over muscles, and then using the pump, you create an area of vacuum pressure that draws blood to the surface, breaks capillaries, and forms the perfect purple circle on the skin. So you don't always need to actually have a pump, although some of the more modern ones, they do have a pump. You can just use you heat the glass, and then as it cools down, it suctions the skin up. And this is actually a very traditional form of medicine that we've seen for centuries ago in China, also in the Middle East. And what athletes are claiming, and then I'm going to get into a little bit of the science about it, they say that it aids in the healing because it increases blood flow and breaks the capillaries, and so that maybe helps the muscles heal faster if you're sore. But there's a new study, actually, that's a lie, it's not really new, it's from 2010, and it reviewed cupping, and it says, this is from the BMC Complementary and Alternative Medicine Review. Quote, the current evidence is not sufficient to allow recommendation for clinical use of cupping therapy for the treatment of above diseases of any etiology in people of any group. The long-term effect of cupping therapy is not known, but use of cupping is generally safe based on long-term clinical use and reports from the reviewed clinical studies. So the one red flag that people are saying from these studies that have come out or these reviews of the method is that there's no concrete proof to point to cupping is the direct result in faster muscle healing. But athletes are superstitious, and there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with cupping. There just doesn't appear to be any concrete evidence to prove that you are healed because of cupping. So this brings to question, Hassan, health trends. Would you try this sort of thing? It looks painful. And
100%.
what do you think about this? Do you think there's anything to it, or is this just a passing fad like we've seen with, trying to think of other trend health methods?
Like Kylie Jenner's lip kit, which is basically cupping.
Well, that wasn't Kylie Jenner's lip kit. That was the lip challenge.
The lip
Her
challenge?
lip kit is an actual product.
Oh, okay.
Like lip gloss.
I apologize for bringing up.
But yes, the
incorrect
Kylie Jenner
facts.
lip challenge was basically cupping.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely try it. I think if it makes people feel like, when it comes to physiology, I feel like your mentality, like the way you feel, plays a really big part in your recovery. If you feel better, like your body starts producing the right kind of hormones, so you recover faster. Or if you feel better, you can run faster. If you feel better, these are all, I mean, you can constantly keep pushing the bar on performance. And if these little things, these alternative medicine ailments, even if they're untrue, if they make the athletes themselves feel better about their recovery process, then I'm all about it.
So you're saying that even if there isn't any health merit to it, it could just be sort of a mind trick.
I think for the most part it is. If these studies have concluded that there aren't really any...
they're concluding that they're inconclusive. What they're saying is that they can't prove definitively that this has a major health benefit.
And as long as there's as long as it doesn't cause any problems within the athletes, like breaking the capillaries, as long as that doesn't really lead to any sort of risk, then I'm all for it.
Well, it's interesting that I had never heard that breaking capillaries was so beneficial, or that there was some sort of benefit to breaking capillaries, because isn't that just hickeys? That's what I thought when I was reading this through.
Yeah.
It's basically just sort of medical hickeys that
Well,
you're
it's
placing
almost
on
it's almost
odd
like
areas.
I saw it as we roll out our I always forget what it's called. We roll out our knots all the time, like I do it every day because I have a really messed up back. And I never really thought that was actually a scientifically proven way of fixing your bad back, and a lot of people still think
breaking
about
down lactic acid.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like that is, I mean, that's why a lot of people tend to have a different opinion on chiropractors too. They think like, oh, they don't really do anything. They don't have really
I definitely
a serious
believe in
benefit. I know,
chiropractors.
but people are either like you or, and they believe in chiropractors, or they're completely against it and they think it's bullshit and they're modern medicine all the way. Give me some Xanax. Like that's the other thing I want to talk about actually. So, I love alternative medicine practices because it usually doesn't involve anything that's chemical based, and I appreciate that. Like I'm a huge fan of Western modern medicine, but at the same time I like to try out. I really am, but I like to try out this sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, I actually really liked reading this through and reading about its origins in centuries-old Middle Eastern medicine because, you know, I think sometimes we can be very self-centered in thinking that the Western way is the only way of healing and that it's always been this way and all these drugs that we use and that we're accustomed to is just totally normal. But really, I like looking at more homeopathic remedies and things that have been tried and true for centuries. So I would agree with you in, I would probably try this if I was still playing serious basketball. Why not? It doesn't seem like there's any detriment to trying it out, and it certainly
Except
seems...
for looking weird.
You'll
like,
look weird,
You will look weird as hell.
But it seems very relaxing. We saw that Justin Bieber was actually doing it on tour, so I knew that you'd be on board when you heard that the Biebs was cupping a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
And it certainly seems to have more fact-based science behind it than like those energy bracelets. Remember those things?
Oh, God.
I never really
this is
believed
still
in those.
kind of pseudoscience. Like it still kind of is pseudoscience. If there are medical studies that have come out and said that it's inconclusive, then it's obviously it's not like completely scientifically proven.
Yeah.
So do it at your own risk, let's say.
Yeah. Basically, what this article concluded was, worst case scenario, it's the placebo effect, which, you know, that's not bad because at least it seems
it's
like
very real.
Yeah, it seems like all those athletes are feeling the effects of it and feeling more relaxed, and yeah, more power to them. Guys, we want to hear from you. Will you try cupping now? Will you try it right now as you're watching this video, right this moment? I'm Grace Baldridge.
I'm Hassan Piker.
We'll see you next time
On Pop Trigger.